Welcome back, you guys. Of course, it's 0 to a million again. Once again, I'm teaching you how to get a super team like mine. So if you're new around here, subscribe and of course drop a like down below. And if you want some coins in a quicker way, well, so if you guys are sick of losing at FIFA because your team isn't good enough or you're not good enough at the game, then right now you need to head over to skycoach.gg. Not only can they coach you in your weekend league or play your games for you, you can buy any amount of coins you want, and all of the services get 10% off right now with the code PRORECALL. Go check them out below. Make sure to click the link in the description and let's get into it. See here, I've done these two already. I think I would have done them to get rid of some commons earlier. We're going to complete the other two and I'll show you the results just to show how easily profitable it is. Off of those 3 packs, I think it would cover the entire 20k of the marquee matchup. So we've just completed both of those pretty easily, very basic, just commons, couple rares in there, and we've got the 3 packs. So don't worry guys, this entire video isn't just going to be telling you to complete SBCs. There are a ton that will make you coins, and we just want to go through marquee matchups each week to prove it. I don't want to just say it. We're going to skip through that. Who have we got? So first of all, Rashford, not too bad. That's going to get us a K back. Obviously, we're looking for 20,000 coins. So right now, if we were to sell all of these, you'd be looking at about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're looking at about 1,200 coins for all of that there. You'd get a little bit more from Manny. So probably for this whole, oh yeah, let's just check. 3,400 for that whole pack. So we've got 3k back, plus a K for Rashford. We're looking at 4k right now. Why am I not quick selling it all? Because obviously I'm going to use some of these players for SBCs. So we were at like 4.5 just with Rashford and those players. We're going to do the premium Electrum. Doesn't look great. Okay, brilliant. We've got Muller. So Muller, told you guys, brilliant. Straight away, that's 20k, 22 maybe. And that straight away got our profit back from marquee matchups. So we're already, what, 4 or 5k in profit, and we've only done 2 of the 5 packs. This mega pack is supposedly the best one. We got an inform. I mean, that's ace. So we've definitely made back like, what, 30k there. What inform did we get? Is it a good one? Okay, so Bonaventura. Not great right now. I'm going to save him because I think he'll go up. But the reality there is if we sold everything right now, we're looking at about, what, 20-30k profit, and we've got 2 remaining packs that I've done before. Now, of course, it goes without saying as well, make sure to do your preview packs, because these, I've had some gems recently. I've had like 5 or 6 profitable ones like in a row and then nothing since, but it can be really good. Now, what I do want to do, which I don't usually do, is run you through a load of the higher budget methods at once. Now, there's a few big, easy methods that you can do where if you go for one quality or one potentially league or position, you will find a ton of filters. So first of all, the easy one that I like to go through all the time is FUT Heroes. So first, off the bat, you can just do minimum FUT Heroes, which is kind of like, I think 15k at the minute. You'll be looking at these guys. So you got Dempsey, you got Rick in there. Pretty simple. You'll have Crouch as well. Now you can then move it over to League. So if we go FUT Heroes and we go to Liga Santander, you've actually got a higher baseline. So here, obviously, we do have Mustafi, who's going to push it down a little bit. But you've got Morientes, you've got Capdevila, you've got Forlan, you've got Marquez. You've got Mustafi obviously as the cheapest one, but you can break this down a little bit further. So if you actually just pop Spanish on there, really simple for this one, you're left with 40 and 30k. So we're going to grab a snipe on one of these. The going rate is about 38k from the looks of things. Let's have a look again. Yeah, 38k seems about right. What we're going to do is we're going to try and set it on for 39 because there isn't much at 38. If we pick it up at 36, we're looking at around 1,000 coins profit. I think slightly above a K profit there. So quite an easy one to make some money back. So what you will find, guys, is there's a few qualities and a few positions and a few leagues where you have so many high value filters, and that's what we're going to be running through. So first of all, we do want to look at a few of the variations of special cards because they are usually the best. Now with FUT Heroes, if you just go base FUT Heroes, the minimum is 15k. So you'll be left with Donovan, you'll have Alaween and Al Jabbar, and you'll have Scholzer, you'll have a few other cards there, but obviously that is the bare minimum. You've also got the likes of Rickon, Crouch, and you've also got Dempsey here as well. So there's a really low end here. 13k seems a little bit low. We might actually have a snipe there. So 13 being the cheapest on the market. I'm going to grab that one and we're going to list it up for 14k there. Now, some of you might think, well, that's not a lot. You are only making 300 coins, but it's a free 300 that we can see there while going through. But if you do want to maybe increase that, you can break down each league and find the best players. So if we go over to League One, you've actually got quite a good baseline of players. So you've got Pap in here. You have Pele, who's outrageously cheap for where he started. Obviously, Ginola isn't going to come into the mix, but you've got Govu, you've got Pele, you've got Papin. I believe there is also someone else off the top of my head, but I might be getting that wrong. But that, you bring the baseline there, I think, to about 30k with this one. So it brings it up a little bit, which is always good. It means you've got a bit more opportunity, more available, and obviously more profit available as well. So looking at this one here, there's only 2 at 25.5. I think 27, we're going to find a couple. No, not many more. Let's have a look at 28. 28 is where he's kind of sitting. EA tax is going to be 1.2. So you go down 1, 2. I would say those 25s are probably, I mean, that 25 definitely is a safe bet. So we're making about, off 2.8k EA tax. We got it for 25, or 1.2, sorry. Off the top of my head, I'm really bad at maths. We're making like 1,800, which is actually really decent. I probably should be happier about that. Now, of course, there are different variations where you're really going to increase things like this with FUT Heroes, Centre-Back and Serie A. Obviously, we've got Lucio, who's obviously considered one of the best in the game. Cordoba, who I have always considered one of the best game as well. He was brilliant for me. He got me through a massive period of this game. I think I got him very early doors in one of the hero packs, but I always found him brilliant. He's going for 170k, which means if you do want to snipe him, you're going to be looking for, obviously, EA tax is going to be 5%. So 10% is 17k. So 5% you're going to be looking at, I think, 8.5. So realistically, we could actually go for 60 and we're technically making profit, making 1.5k, but obviously we want to make a bit more than that. But that's, I think, about 4.5, maybe 5.5k then. And obviously that is the minimum. Now, Cordoba is one I've had a hell of a lot of good snipes on this year, and it is just one of them ones where you have to wait for the opportunity. Sometimes you might be comparing price, sometimes you might snipe normally. Obviously, if you think, well, actually it's going to take more time, I want to get more profit, well then, okay, take yourself down to 47. Now you're making about 15, 16k per card, and obviously you're going to see less cards. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, but when you get them, you're guaranteed that extra profit. You only need maybe 5 or 6 in an hour to really have that worth it, and that is possible, especially with a hero who's currently in pack. So that's one of the best things about these heroes, they are still in pack. Of course, we even have striker FUT Heroes and Bundesliga. You've got Voller, you've got Gomez, and you've also got Schmolek, who is also pretty much exactly the same value. So once again, really simple filter, loads of heroes under the same league, makes it really easy to snipe. So I actually think from the looks of that there, we might be looking at, that's a snipe, yeah, 28k for a sell-on, 25.5 is an easy snipe, but we're not going to spend too much on each one. Once I've got a snipe, we are going to move on, because I've got a lot of content that I want to fit into this video here, and I don't want to spend too much time wasted. Now, obviously, when you go from here, there's a couple options. We've got World Cup Hero, and Premier League is a really, really good one because it increases the base a little bit there. But even further, if you pop on midfielder, you've got an array of really good players. You've got Cole, Kuhl, Mascherano, and you'll have Park Ji-sung, you've got Lundberg, so you've got a very nice selection there. Now, of course, once again, on the heroes front, if we go and take ourselves down to the more new card, you've got the Trophy Titans hero. On the lower end, once again, we have a 40k sniping filter. Now, I don't know how many, there's so many Tories because because I haven't managed to get myself one, and that is despicable with the amount of packs I've opened. But you've got a 40k filter here. All you got to do, knock this down to 37 realistically, and that's 1k profit per card. So if you want a little bit more, you can knock it down by an extra k. That's 2k per card. So obviously, really easy set of filters here. There's a ton you can do. I think heroes being introduced into the game made trading so much easier because you have so many variations of so many cards, and it's just all special. They all have like a mid-range of like 50. I mean, I don't think the Titans will go down any further, but if they do, it makes it a lot easier. Now, we even have the FUT Fantasy heroes, which we can snipe as well. Of course, you've got Crouch and King, both on around the 100k. So if we pop a 100k here, we scroll along, you've got 88s there for Crouch. Obviously, Ledley King's gone up a little bit due to him getting an upgrade. Now, one of the other variations of filters that I really wanted to show you guys was the amount of just sheer goalkeeper filters you have. If you go gold rare, minimum 1050 goalkeeper, first of all, you have pretty much every goalkeeper in the game. Now, obviously, if you don't do it, obviously when I say every in the game, everyone that has any good value, if you do it with no gold rare, unfortunately, a lot of cards come up which aren't ideal to come up. Now, obviously, as you see there, Sommer currently ruins this one. So obviously you want to find a variation where it doesn't have a mid card. So if we go Bundesliga, that's got Sommer. If we go League One, you've got Donnarumma, you've got yourselves, you should have Navas as well. Obviously, he's not as apparent now he's moved clubs, but this also works as just a PSG filter. If they do, I mean, if you take off the special, you've obviously got Lafont in there, but because there are some trash informs there, it just doesn't make it worth it. So you can add PSG to this filter, but you can just simply do it as is. So you're looking at about 29k for these guys right now. Really easy to toss between the two of them. It looks like we can actually sell them for 30k from the seems of things. So 30k, EA tax is 1.5, so it brings us down to here. That's 500 coins. That's a K profit. So this one here, I'd say it's quite easy, especially with the two cards. Now, obviously, Navas no longer in packs. Eventually, his cards will dry out and this filter won't become as lucrative, obviously, because you've got one of them out of packs and moved into a completely different league. But that means we can go over to the Premier League if we want to snipe ourselves a Navas filter, do this exact same thing, bring it down to around 20k. We're looking at Mendy for the cheapest one on this one. So obviously it's a little bit of a different cheaper, but when you slightly rise it, you're going to find the like of Lloris there as well. So this guy coming for about 14k, pick him up for 13. You can sell him on instantly for 14 with a 300 coin profit. I reckon you could get 14,250 with a little bit of waiting time, and you could probably get 15k out of him from a lazy buyer. So obviously that's something you can always bear in mind, is that lazy buyers do exist. Now obviously I know I'm not sniping many cards, I'm just running you through a lot of filters, but it's currently 1230, which is basically usually trash for doing any sorts of sniping. So I don't want to focus too much on the actual sniping the players, because right now I'm probably not going to have a good run at it. But usually, you guys know, I always go for as many snipes as possible. It's just unfortunately right now it's not looking good because there's barely anyone on the market in comparison to what would usually be there. Now this one again, similar filter, and you're left with Lloris, Mandanda, I believe, and just Mandanda, Magnan. I am terrible with names, but they both start with M, so it's good enough. But you've got Magnan and you've got Lloris here. Once again, similar filter, really, really easy. And the final one that you just have to mention when you go through this with these keepers is Gold Rare, Brazil and Premier League. Now, if we go up to, I think it's once again another 40k filter, maybe even more right now, you're looking at around 42k. Very, very easy one here to make some coins. Now, obviously, I know we haven't sniped a lot of players, and I'm sorry for that, but the last thing I do want to run through, two things you do have to always check. Moment Store always has a ton in there that you can really do a lot with, and here, I'm going to be honest, guys, every single icon SBC, the bronze and the silver, just complete it. It's a tradable 2 rare gold players pack, and they have the maddest luck. So make sure you're getting them done. Make sure you're subscribing, dropping a like down below, and see you in the next video tomorrow.